Hi people, it's me Anja. Welcome back to my channel. Happy Saturday. So as I mentioned in my last video, the winners of that poll are Thursday and Saturday. So my new uploading days are Thursday and Saturday. So my next video will be up on a Thursday. So anyway, for this video I'm going to be doing the BookTube Oldie tag. This tag was created and inspired by Monica Kim, who's one of my favorite booktubers. I love her personality, I love her aesthetic, I love her channel, I love all of her videos. She's just absolutely like one of the purest, softest people that I've ever like seen on YouTube. And like I mentioned in last week's video, soft, pure people are hard to find. And yeah, I just think that she's like absolutely so wonderful and just so splendid and lovely. And I could talk about her for ages, but nobody needs to do that, so I'm just going to get into the questions. The first question is, how long have you been part of the BookTube community? So I created my channel in January of 2018, so now it's the 3rd of May when I'm filming this in 2020, so like 2 years and a half. But like, that's when I created my channel, and my channel now, my first video says that it was uploaded in June of 2018, just because I deleted all my videos that I made from January to June, so that's why that says that. But like, I didn't consider myself part of any community like until like recently, like very recently, probably when I joined Bookstagram in August of 2018, August of 2019, after I decided to change to a Bookstagram after Andy Mack ended. So like, even though I've been on BookTube for longer, it didn't start to feel like a community until recently, just because I hadn't really made any friends. I didn't have a lot of subscribers, and I still don't, obviously, but like I didn't feel like I was part of something. I just felt like I was like by myself, if that makes any sense. So technically, this is kind of like not a one answer question, if that makes any sense. Anyway, second question is, what was your biggest misconception before starting BookTube? So since I started like by myself, I don't know if that makes any sense. Since I started, before I knew anybody who was part of BookTube, I didn't have any misconceptions. But now I feel like my misconception, like when I started Bookstagram, I prefer BookTube over Bookstagram, just because Bookstagram has caused me to have stress and anxiety over my own account, because like I see all these like aesthetic feeds and all this stuff, and on BookTube it's like assume that you have to film in front of a bookshelf, you have to do these book hauls frequently, or you have to do unhauls, you have to do like all these qualifications, when literally the only qualification is that you have a YouTube account where you talk about books. That is it. But some people make it into this whole thing where you have to like have, you have to film in front of a bookshelf, you have to do all these stupid things, which is such a stereotype. But sometimes I can see why people feel pressured or feel obligated to have certain things or certain themes to their account, which is so annoying, because that's not how I think BookTube should be. And I feel like that's kind of like, I don't know, a controversial thing for me to say, since I'm not like a big booktuber or anything, but like that's the problem. Like, what I'm saying shouldn't be considered controversial. I shouldn't be feeling like what I'm saying is controversial, because it's not, which I'll get into later on. So 3, how do you think BookTube has changed since you first started? I have no idea, because I haven't really been part of, like I said, I haven't been part of the community for a while, so I have no idea. 4, what is your favorite BookTube memory? I don't have one. Maybe I gained a lot of new subscribers recently, so that was really nice. I know that like BookTube isn't about the numbers, and it isn't, but I'm just really glad that more people like actually like watching my videos, because it just makes me feel like people care and I just love it when people kale, because like when I have like an internet platform, I'm always so genuinely surprised that people actually kale, which sounds like such a low ball, but like, I mean, it is such a low ball, but like, you know, I'm just genuinely surprised that people kale. 5, what's a book that BookTube introduced you to? So BookTube is really where I gauge what's popular and what's less popular. So like any of the really hyped up books that I read last year, like Spin the Dawn, like The Beautiful, like I didn't know that Lene Adier was writing a new book until Haley and Bookworm talked about it once. Like Crescent City, which I'm not planning on reading, like Ninth House, like all these things. Like sure, I follow authors on Instagram, but I really only follow like my favorite authors. So like Spin the Dawn, I didn't know was happening because I had never read anything before by Elizabeth Lim. So like BookTube is really where I can gauge like debut authors and debut novels and like authors that I didn't previously support, you know? So yeah. 6, what is something that frustrates you about BookTube? Okay, there are 2 things that frustrate me about BookTube. One of them is that like, okay, everybody on BookTube is so incredibly nice and non-judgmental. But however, with that, it feels hard to rock the boat, which it shouldn't feel hard to rock the boat at all, because rocking the boat isn't something that should be considered like difficult. But sometimes I feel like it is. And the second thing also ties into that, in that like I feel like people forget that BookTube is a part of YouTube, and YouTube is like a part of our world and our media, where white people have an advantage. They do. They just have an advantage. It's nothing that they can control, but they just have an advantage due to like them being like the dominant hegemony or whatever. And I sometimes forget that for some reason. I don't know. I've known since the day I was born that I, as a black person, have a disadvantage to my white counterparts. But I forget that on BookTube I still have a disadvantage, because everyone on BookTube is so nice and so non-judgmental. So I went into it thinking, you know, maybe people are so nice that they aren't going to be unintentionally racist or unintentionally ableist or unintentionally like mean to me because I'm autistic or because I'm disabled or because I'm black or because I'm female or like whatever else. But then I like forget that like just because people are nice doesn't, like, there's a difference between, like, sometimes people are mean to you unintentionally, and I forget that can still happen even when a community is known for being really nice and really non-judgmental, you know? So anyway, question 7 is, what is your hope for the future of BookTube? I hope that we can continue to be diverse. I feel like there's so much work that needs to be done to create a more diverse community. I feel like there should be less, I don't know, anxiety surrounding rocking the boat, and like it wouldn't even be considered rocking the boat anymore, because like I said in a previous book tag, like the more you go out of your comfort zone, the less you actually do it. You know how people say like the more things change, the more things change, the more things actually stay the same. Like that's what I hope BookTube will continue to do with things now that are considered rocking the boat. I hope will not be considered rocking the boat in like 5 years, 10 years. Like when my kids watch my videos, I hope that me as a person won't be considered like that different, if that makes any sense. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I just hope that there will be more diversity and less, I don't know what word to use, but I just hope that there will be more diversity in the future. So that's the end of the BookTube oldie tag. I don't know if I'm even considered a BookTube oldie, but I just wanted to participate in this tag because like I just wanted to talk about like my frustrations with BookTube and because I think it's like so important to talk about like all frustrations with BookTube. Like I said, BookTube is known for being like a really nice, wonderful community, and I really like that. But I think that it's equally as important to talk about the other side of things, because nobody's perfect, nothing is perfect, no community is perfect, and even though it may seem like that, it's just not. That sentence went a direction that I wasn't really expecting. But anyway, my point is, I am truly really grateful for the BookTube community. This video is not to bash on the community, and the fact that I'm giving that disclaimer literally proves that I'm almost afraid of getting hate due to this video, which is so dumb. But anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what frustrates you about BookTube. I'll leave Monica's original video and her channel in the description below, because like I said, she is so splendid and so soft and wonderful, and I wish to meet her one day. And yeah, if you like this video, I tag you. It doesn't really matter how long you've been on BookTube, because I don't know, I don't really categorize people into newbies or oldies. Like, we're all booktubers, you know? So anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below, again, I'm so sorry for repeating this, what frustrates you about BookTube, and thanks for watching.